I'm from New York State. I go to Binghamton University. I'm 21 years old, currently majoring in Chinese and Spanish and minoring in sociology and music. I've been in China since March, 6 months total. High school, Carrie liked languages and was taking Chinese and, I was taking Spanish and French, and I thought, oh, those are pretty easy, let me pick a harder language. So I decided to pick Chinese because it was like the hardest language I could think of at the time. Like, oh, you speak Chinese really well, so you should do this Chinese bridge competition, and it sent from there. And then they found out I could sing, so like, oh, you should go to this school, you can study Beijing opera because it's affiliated with the school. So that's why this past semester I was studying at Zhongguo Xiju Xueyuan, and I was studying Beijing opera and Chinese at the same time. I was planning on coming here studying at NACTA for this semester, and I thought to myself, well, if I'm already going to be here for the semester, why not just extend it through the summer, make a little extra cash teaching English, and then, that can be my summer job. And so my friend actually at the business school in Binghamton, he got an email from Next Step China. Or for me, one of the biggest things that helped me was the 10 hours of the tutoring sessions, because even though they were online, I hadn't studied Chinese since December. So not only was it was kind of easing me into the fact that I'm coming to China, and so it was the 10 days before I came here. So it was enough that once I got to the airport, I met Anna, and I could at least I could speak with the girl who picked me up from the school, and the phone was great to have, and the subway card, and you don't have to deal with all of that by yourself. So just the assurance, I think, was really helpful for them. And the fact that, it was a long time, but especially because teaching English, it was well, maybe at least I'll break even if I'm teaching, but it's also the experience that really, really helps. And the fact that I wouldn't know the first thing about going, now maybe I would, but before I wouldn't know the first thing about going about trying to find jobs, or where to put my application or resume, or how to do any of that. So every single company, you go to the interview, you don't interview with this consulting agency who then gives you a job and you don't know where you're going. This is how much you're going to get paid. That's great. Here's your contract, which, okay, so yeah, they're not lying. You're going to get paid this much, but you don't know how much the school is paying them to begin with, and it's probably not the same. And that's why I love this, because yes, you pay up front, you pay for your service, but when I was talking to Amy, she's like, yeah, we'll help you look through contracts if you need anything, or certain things like that, but you are the direct, it's a direct A to B line. You talk to the company, they say, come here, you go directly to them, have the interview with them, they decide if they want you or not. This is from their company, it's not a third party. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about commission and who's taking what. It's just A to B, it's the simplest point. So yes, you're paying for the service, but in a way it's better. The homestay was an added bonus for me, because I can teach English to the kid, but also being able to live in an environment, I just hear Chinese all day long, and I can sit with a mother and have a 2-hour conversation in Chinese is really great. And since she's a Chinese teacher, I'll say something and because I said all the right words, just in the wrong order, because my grammar was a little off, and she'll fix it and be like, okay, yeah, I do remember that, So that's really, really helpful for me. My Chinese is probably one of the better ones of the whole program, and you meet a lot of people who are just learning, and then it's kind of fun to be able to give them your input and your knowledge of what you've already experienced, and be able to have a diverse group of friends, as opposed to just oh, we're all teachers, oh, you graduated, now you're studying here, and oh, you're just studying for a high school thing, and oh, you're in between. And so to meet people from different walks of life, it's easier here, I think, because there's more programs as opposed to just going through a teaching program.